Good morning. It's Sunday and it's 11 o'clock, a bit like Crackerjack, really, isn't it? Here I am, anyway. Thank you so much for joining me again, and thank you for all the lovely comments that I can see about the workshop that we did yesterday. If you're not aware, we did a big workshop yesterday afternoon over Zoom, so we were all in the comfort of our own homes, all nice and safe and warm and all the rest of it. But it was just a fab afternoon. We had lots of laughs and everybody coped really well. I say cope as if you needed to cope, but it was just fantastic because we just made it at our own, made the projects at our own speed, or just sat and watched and had a cup of coffee. Anything went really, and it was really good. So thank you for joining me again today. And you can see that I'm doing a bit of a mix with the old and the new, if you've been familiar for craft for some time, because I am going to be using the lovely New Zealand background. Oh, gone wonky. Well, really, it's the camera that's gone wonky, not me, as if. Hold on. I can't be doing with wonky. That's better. So it's a really special offer today for you because I'm mixing the New Zealand background, which is a set of 5 dies hiding under there. Very, very pretty. And I've got 25% off of the RRP for this one, with included in that price a completely free set of heart leaf flower dies, which is more new. I think came out in December last year, maybe, or November. I don't know. Anyway, lovely little set of embellishments to go there. So with your New Zealand background, you get this set completely free. And what are we going to do with it? Well, it was a favourite card of mine that I did years ago, inspired by a lovely lady called Jeannie Donnelly. I think that's how you pronounce it. But I sort of did a twisty version of mine. And I'm doing yet another version of that come 4 or 5 years later, because that's how long that one has been out. So I'm taking the colours that I'm going to use and bring this in to show you. Pop that to one side for the minute. I've got an 8x8 card blank, so that's what I'm starting off with, and I've gone with a beautiful blue, which is a sky blue, I think, for my base card, you could say, base layer. Then with some Crafts 2 linen card of white to go with it, so that gives you a little bit of a texture. I'm not quite sure if you can see that texture. Can you possibly? So that's going to give a nice sort of texture to it. Now, I've already cut some of the dies out because you don't need to see me doing everything, but here's the basis of how we're going to do it. So I've got my die set here. Okay, now the die set is 5 dies and we've got no outer edge to it. All right, so let's bring this in and show you. So we've got this die here, which is the outer die. No cutting edge on the outside, no cutting edge on the inside, but you have got a sort of a cutting edge on the inside there. Okay, sort of. So I've measured my die and I've added a little bit all the way around, because we don't want it absolutely the same size as this, because otherwise you're going to get holes in it. So you need to give it a little bit of a border. So I've cut out a piece of white card that is 11.5 centimetres that way and 16.5, I think, that way. Let me just double check that, see if I'm fibbing to you. Hold on. If I could find the ruler, I might do. Not got my favourite ruler. Who's pinched it? Yeah, 16.5 that way. So then I've also taken a piece of the blue card and I've gone 0.5 centimetre bigger than that one all the way around. So it's 12 centimetres by 17. So if you put the two together like that, you've got a little bit of a border all the way around as well. Okay, so I'm going to first of all attach my biggest die in the center of my white panel, and I'm going to pop a little bit of low tack tape top and bottom, and I'm going to run that through my die cutting machine. So let's just clear those little bits away. Got some attached. And when you see it come through, you will see that it's got like a really pretty heart shape amongst it, if you see what I mean. The pattern is hearts. If you look on there, you can see that there's little hearts making all these flowers up. So it really is quite pretty. So let's just have a look. And done. Let's just check the back of it to make sure that it's all okay, which it certainly looks like. And I'm just going to take my brush on here to run over those bits, just to take the bits out quickly. Carefully take that off. Isn't that pretty? So you can see that it's got a really pretty like pin pricking here as a pattern, but then all these lovely little flowers. And if you were to do such a thing, you've also got a lot where all the little flowers came out of the little hearts. So you could even make this into sort of like a shaker box, because that would look really pretty as well. However, you'll be pleased to hear you haven't got to watch me do that today. So let's just remove our hearts there for just a second. And this is going to go over here. Oh, little hearts coming everywhere. So that you can see that beautiful colour coming through from that way. Now, I will show you another version of it before we leave, but I decided that I wanted to go with this way to show you because I thought this looked better. So I've already done another one like that. So I've actually got two panels that are exactly the same, because you might have been thinking to yourself, just might, wait a minute, she just showed us an 8x8 card blank, which clearly is square, and these are more or less a 5x7, more or less, card finished die shape, and that don't seem to match. So bear with me, it will do. Now I'm going to pop some spray glue onto the back of these and mount them directly onto my backgrounds. I could do it with glue, but I'm just going to do it for quickness here. So, oh, crash bang wallop. Just going to spray the back of that one and then spray the back of this one. But the spray glue nearly knocks my head off because I'm not in a confined, I am in a confined space. I should be in a bit more of an open space than that. And I'm just going to place that onto my card and hopefully get it in the right place, which is a little bit more crucial when you've got your spray glue on there, because once it's stuck, it's stuck. So just going to pop that down all onto there so that I've got a nice flat space and that my little pattern shows through. So this one's going to go onto here. Okay, so let's just pop that down onto there. I have to say I can't quite envisage why this has got anything to do with New Zealand, but anyway, because I kind of would have said they're almost like shamrocks, although of course that's, I think a shamrock is only 4 petals, is it? Maybe, and this is 5, so maybe not. So we've got our 2 bases. Now, as I said, we're trying to fit it onto our 8x8. So subsequently, I'm going to take one of these and I'm going to chop it in half. Now, where is half? It kind of doesn't matter, but if you recall, the background piece, the blue piece, measured 12 centimetres. Yeah, so half of that is 6. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm simply going to chop that in half at 6 centimetres. And that is, oh, can't get hold of it. That is our 2 pieces popped together. And I'm going to bring in my card base and I'm going to pop some of this together. So I'm first of all going to glue my background on. So I'm going to take my blue piece first, and I'm not quite sure if my glue is playing ball here today. Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it is. So I'm going to put that onto my first piece. So this is onto my 8 by 8 or 20 centimetres by 20 centimetres. So I've taken off a centimetre all the way around. So this piece is 19 centimetres by 19, and this one 18.5 by 18.5. Now you could emboss this piece, but you see so little of it. And if you're using something with some texture on, which this linen card has got, then obviously it looks really so much better like that. Okay. So there you go. There is our card base. Now we're going to take these pieces and we're going to put some foam on in a minute, but I just want to show you how I'm going to place them. So I'm going to place them down onto my card front, and I'm looking to measure up these 2 pieces. I'm not worrying about what's going on in the middle. I'm just going to make sure that these 4 corners, 2 on each piece, are fairly even. Yeah, if you can see that. So I'm just going to wiggle it about so that they're fairly even. And I'm going to grab myself some foam, which has gone for a walk. I've got, well, you know what it's like. I've got 3 lots of foam, and I have found 2 of them, and I've got the other one. Where's the other one? Come on, then. Who's pinched it? I bet that was the staff. I bet they pinched it for something. I don't know. I can't see it, so I'm going to have to go with a slightly thicker one. So I've got the 3mm, which I have to say is now, for this, not really my preference, but not to worry. So I'm going to pop some foam onto the back of these 2 pieces. Just there and there. And I'm going to do the same with this piece as well. So just on the side. Hoping to get some more of this foam in this week. So watch this space, as they say. So I've got those 2 pieces. So I'm going to just take these bits off and pop my glue onto there, giving me a little bit more wiggle room, as they say. And that should do the trick. So a little bit. Oh, good job. I'm going to miss that, isn't it? So there we go. And slump onto this piece as well. So as I said, popping it round that way, and I'm just going to make sure that these 2 areas are fairly even as I look at it like that, which I think that is about right. So place that one, and then this one. And again, I'm trying to do it sort of sideways on from you, so I hope it's fairly straight. But those 2 pieces like that. And then this little beauty is going to go in the centre like that. Now, if I was to put foam on these pieces here, just one piece, 2 sides, it would not sit properly because I've got this big space here and it would like collapse after a while. So subsequently, I'm going to put foam both sides, but I'm also going to put 2 layers in the centre. Okay, so let's put a piece of foam either side to start off with. Can pull that piece there, I think. And then the piece in the middle, like that, I'm going to take one layer off and put another piece right on top, so that we are then all on the same wavelength, the same layers, because we've already got a layer of foam on this layer, so that was the equal to the first layer. So if you can see that, we've now got two pieces on there that's going to bring that all up, so that's nice and sturdy in the middle as well. Okay, so just going to take those off. I remember when I did these similar quite a few years ago, I did them in all pale colours as thank you cards, and they were so pretty in the pale colours. But I have done one in a slightly darker card, which I will show you, which I think looks nice as well. But I think that like the pale green, pale pink, all sorts, pale blue as I've gone for now, all looks really, really lovely. So if you pop that to one side, if you look at the centre, we've got a very pretty panel here. So we've got our outer edge, which will cut out just a solid shape. And then we've got this very pretty one as well, which goes with it. Again, no outer edge, no inner edge, and that goes with it. So I have already cut out these. So I've gone with the same colourway as we had before, so that the background is in the blue and the foreground is in the white. And I'm going to stick those two together. So I will put a bit of glue on here. So this is my panel for the front. And then we've got an even smaller piece, which I'm going to cut out. So that fits exactly, because we cut them out with the same die, that fits exactly onto the top there. I'm just going to turn that over so that I can press harder without getting grubby fingers all over it. So if I turn that over, we've got that very pretty pattern there, and that goes into the centre like that. And I am going to pop a little bit of foam onto that as well. So just bringing it up. You don't really need to put all the foam on that I am doing, but I just think it looks really nice to put the foam. So I would add a little bit, even if you are rather not that keen on putting foam, I would recommend that you just try one layer with it, just to give it that little bit more posh look. Yeah. So, oh, the scissors, yeah, I'm afraid I can't get them anymore. They are lovely. I don't know if they make them, but certainly the suppliers that I work with aren't getting any more, I don't think, with them. They're made by Fiskars, and I think Fiskars have changed their sort of supply line, if you could call it. Now, I know I'm going for a bit of a leaning Tower of Pisa here because it's going quite wide, but nevertheless. So we then have got this lovely little inner piece here, and I think that's really pretty, so I am just going to pop that on. So I haven't cut this one out. So with some of the waste of the card that I was cutting away, so this background piece, we've got some left over, and so I'm going to take my outer die only and cut a piece of blue with that. So just run that through. And then I'm going to take this piece with the white, with the outer piece, and cut that. So they need to be cut together. So this is the piece just with the blue. So that goes in the centre there. But I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to grab a piece of tape big enough that just holds that in place. Hover over here to pick that up and then put that in place. Okay, so we've got that with that little border. Run that through, and that gives a really pretty sort of trellis effect for my centerpiece. Just check beforehand that it's all come through, which it has. I think that's what you get with quality dies, isn't it, really, that you can cut through with ease. I will just do this over my basket at the bottom rather than on the table, cutting all the little pieces out, and you can see the lovely trellis effect, which is so pretty. And that fits handy absolutely onto there. Okay, now I could spray glue it, but I actually quite like the shadow effect that this trellis gives without sticking it all down. So what I'm going to do is simply just put glue around this outer edge where it's a bit thicker. You can put spray glue on it, or pick up the glue from the back of your hand, or however you prefer to do it. But I just thought it looked quite nice to give a sort of effect of a shadow there. So almost like making it into a plump cushion, really. I can't help it, I just thought it looked quite nice. So let's put that back over here. Okay, and I'm not going to put any foam on that. I'm going to pop that one straight down into the corner, and because it's all from the die and all made in the same way, that has then got this lovely, excuse me, lovely little border there to fit in. Very pretty. So let's put some embellishments on it. Let's make some of our lovely flowers. So these flowers, there are 3 flowers in the set, large, medium and small, and 2 of, so a left and a right, if you could call it that, of the heart leaves. Heart leaf flower is what it's called. And they're quite nice and delicate. So I've already cut those out. And let's just scoop them onto there so that you can see them. And I'm going to do, so if you've seen some of the workshop flowers that the folks made yesterday with John Lockwood, just superb, really, really lovely. But these are just very, very pretty as well, but much more simpler. And there's a lot going on our card anyway, so I just think a fairly basic, just bend them a little bit. So I've got one of each, as I said. It's got quite a big centre, so I'm literally just going to push up. Oh, it jumps that way. Just going to push up the flowers. That's it. Not going to bend them in any other way. Just literally push in the middle and then encourage the petals to come up a little bit. So fairly simple. I'd already done those ones, to be fair. And then I have cut out 2 sets of, so that's 2 sets of the flowers themselves, and also 2 sets of the leaves, because that I think will be enough, but I might do a few more, I don't know. Let's just bring them over here. So bringing my card back in, and I'm simply going for a set of 3 in that corner. Or shall we go there? And got to get it equal. On a set of 3 in that corner is how I wish to do it. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue into the centre of these and just pop that onto there. So my flowers are very, very simple. I thought the fact that their little petals are sort of hearts worked well, fitted in with the flowers that are here. I did and ah as to whether to change the colours, contrasting colours, but you know what? I just think that they look nice as they were. So that is what I've gone for. And I'm going to grab my packet of pearls in a second. So we've got some like that. And then I'm going to take my heart and leaves, whatever they're called, and I'm just going to pop in a set, so a left and a right, just behind this main flower up here. Whoops. Let's chop a bit of that off because I want it to go in a bit further. That's it. And then corresponding down here. So just a little bit of glue on those last 2 or 3 and pop that underneath there. And this one underneath here. Just going to use a ball tool just to push those leaves down because I need to grab onto something. That's it. Okay, now I'm going to then pop a little bit of glue glaze onto some of these and find my pearls because I want to put my pearls into some of these pieces here. Now, so these are my pearls that I have on the website, and you can see that I've actually coloured some. So I've just taken an alcohol marker such as Spectrum Noir, Copics, Craftmaster, that type of thing. And I've just coloured those because I wanted a different colour. But in this case, I just want the pearls. But I just thought to show you that you can do such a thing. So if you're looking for, you can see I've used black, wanted the black for some pansies. So I've just literally gone over with the pen and just coloured them so that they are like that. They dry virtually straight away. And then they're always that colour because they are, you know, permanent colours. So let's put some glue glaze into the centre of these flowers first, and using some of the bigger pearls, shall put that into the centre of these. Like that, which is making that look rather pretty. Oh, we'll use that one for the other one. And then these are going to go just in the centre there. So same thing, just doing a mirror image of these ones. Oh, little baby one crept along at the same time then. Can you have a baby pearl? You can here. So let's place. So pearls there, but I do just want to put some little pearls in the centre of these. So I'm just putting a little bit of glue because I don't want them to come off, into the centre of all of the little flowers that I can see. So obviously it's not absolutely all of them because I can't see all of them, but just going to do that. So I think that would look rather, oh gosh, can't get that. Can't get the pin in the lid. There we are. So I'm going to take the smaller ones that I have and I'm just going to pop these in. So you could do different colour pearls, different colour backgrounds, and as I said, you can do the darker colour on the top showing white underneath. You can mix and match in any way really, and then they will all look really quite different. So just put these on. Now while I'm putting these on I'm trying to concentrate at the same time. We'll tell you about what's coming up. So if you're interested in any of the workshops that I have coming up, our next one is on the 19th of March, and that goes on sale to those who have not booked already on Tuesday the 1st. So I've decided that we're going to go as a regular thing, that on the 1st of the month, the workshop for that month will become available, because it's like 3 weeks afterwards. So that's Tuesday morning, 9 o'clock. That's all scheduled in to come live on the website. And then I'll be back on Wednesday morning at 11 to show you some more bits and pieces. And then next Sunday at 11, we have got the launch of the card kit for March. So March card kit, a bit different. I'm always doing a bit different for you, aren't I? A bit different this time. Let's just check I've got all of them. I think I need one down there. That's the only one that's like half of one, and I think I do need it on there after all, so I'm going to put that on there. So yeah, loads coming up for you. And then John's next workshop with us is a while off yet, but you will see that being advertised come middle of April, but it is May the 28th, Saturday, May the 28th. So if you've been seeing other people's and think I need to have a go at that, bear that one in mind. Sorry, I'm getting carried away. I decided I needed one there as well. Medium size, like so. So yeah, loads going on, coming up, whatever. Oh, I like that. I like that. Do you like that? I hope you do, because I just think it's really pretty. Now, obviously, if you wanted a sentiment to go on there, a sort of fishtail sentiment, yeah, banner sentiment would look fab on there, just in the middle there saying whatever. You could obviously leave out the center panel and stamp a sentiment in there, but I'm not going to put any sentiment on there until such time as I decide what I want to send it off to, because you know that's really the answer for those things. And I would use that, send that rather, in a box. So got a box already done here. If you look on previous YouTube videos, you will see how we came about that, and that would go on the top. And then I would put some more of my flowers, some of these flowers, onto the top here as an embellishment, but then your recipient would open that up and it looks all nice and protected, perhaps with some tissue paper or something, and it would save the flowers being squashed down. But you can see from that, as I said, although I absolutely, as you probably know if you've been watching for a while, will already know that I've got a love for the paper flowers, but these look equally as nice because they're just so pretty like that. So as I said, don't forget, really special offer, 25% off of the die, which is the New Zealand background die, with a completely free heart leaf flower die set as well. So we have those two on a very special offer for you today. So I think that really is a Sunday special, do you not? A special Sunday. So it looks as if you like them, so that is good. That is good. I'm glad you like them. All of the items are for sale over on the Maximum Crafts website. If you get chance, do share the link to this YouTube on your page or any other page that you're allowed to share it on, because that would look nice. And yeah, I might do some boxes again. Just seeing that Ginny would say she'd have to look up and see about the boxes. Yeah, do look up. But I will be doing one a bit smaller actually than the one we've got here, because this is an 8x8. But I will be doing some smaller sizes soon as well. So, you know, look out for those. Oh, and seeing that was lovely Ginny there, it reminded me that I'm also on Saturday this week back in real person to see my group of ladies in for real. Can you believe it? A real workshop? We're not just robots, it's a real workshop. So looking forward to that as well with the group of people that are going to join me there. So thank you very much for joining me today. Hope you have a really lovely rest of a Sunday. It's lovely and sunny here. And if it's not with you, I'm sending it your way. Might take a bit longer than I thought, but it is coming your way. So take care, everyone, and I'll see you hopefully Wednesday. Thanks a lot. Bye.